Joining us for a little bit is Shreveport City Councilman Willie Bradford. Hey, Mr. Willie, welcome back to Kiel. Thank you for taking time. How are you today?
Good morning, Robert. I'm well. How are you guys?
My goodness, what a fascinating last, 4, 5, 6 weeks. But in the end, I guess it all turned out the way it was supposed to, right?
Well, it turned out the way it turned out. I'm happy with the outcome. I think it was a lot of misinformation flowing, and but at the end, I think we all became clear. The council members became clear on what who was we thought was the best person to do the job, and we unanimously selected that person.
You had questions about Chief Raymond. You asked for a meeting. I guess you held that meeting. What were your concerns? What did you need to hear from him to make you vote to add this to the agenda?
Well, I started off, Aaron, by saying that I thought he should have been a part of the 3 finalists. But then after the recommendations came to the mayor, then there was a lot of social media chatter in regards to Raymond's background, and I just wanted to clear up some things that I had heard. I didn't hear them prior to that, but after that I won't hear them. So we had a very candid conversation. I mean, a very serious, candid conversation with Raymond about his vision of the police department, the diversity within the police department, how he could fashion a police department that would reflect Shreveport, and I was happy with his responses. But let me just say this, if I can. Let me say this. A lot of the opinions that was flowing through social media and through Shreveport regarding some aspects of the police department, I found to be misguided. Misguided in this way. We've had 3 black police chiefs over the last 10 years. And Raymond sort of confirmed this to me, and I was thinking, now, if the culture in the police department was that bad racially, and how the good old boy system was so prevalent in the police department, then why didn't those 3 black chiefs address it before now? So a lot of the things that we discussed yesterday sort of hinted around. Listen, let's dispel that myth. And let's move forward, and I was happy that Raymond was so honest, I thought, with me, and the mayor was as honest. So and that's all I was trying to resolve. I didn't want to move forward without having that private conversation. And some of the things we talked about, again, I did not want to talk about it in the open forum in the chamber. So that satisfied me, and that's why I was prepared to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Willie, from the crowd that was there, from the folks that were at the city council meeting yesterday in the audience and got up and spoke, there were some bluntly speaking, I guess, attacks on Chief Raymond and the process of selection, and there were racial overtones to a lot of those comments. You were sitting there, you were down on, you're up there in front of them all. What did you think about all that?
Well, again, I think a lot of times, and I use this cliche in the council meeting often, Robert, I said, we don't see things as they are. We see things as we are. So everybody that came forward and made their expressions, I had no problem with it. But they were seeing it from their point of view. They were seeing it through their eyes. They were seeing it through their life experiences. But the reality was, in some cases, it wasn't that way. I know it wasn't that way because my life work at the Shreveport over the last 40 years has been in the area of trying to unite Shreveport, to try to forward relations, race relations, and try to do what's best for Shreveport. My day job, I supervise both black and white folks. So my interest is not black and white. My interest was wrong and right. And I'm just saying that I can't be one person in the morning hour and then be another person in the evening hour. So I'm saying that I'm going to work as hard as I can over the next 3 years, if I'm still on the council, to try to bring forth some understanding between us, and I think we can do that. But again, I want people to focus on what's right, what's wrong, not in the windows, not misguided information, but let's focus on what's in the best interest of Shreveport. Shreveport is what is Shreveport. So we can't depend on anybody else to come in here and try to forge a better community. If we don't do it ourselves, then we're going to continue to be on this downward trend. But I think we have an opportunity to do that. The mayor stood tall. He was courageous. Ben Raymond, like I said again, I had nothing against Ben Raymond except for the fact that I just needed to hear from him his vision of the city of the Shreveport Police Department.
Was this process flawed? What would you have fixed or done differently? In hindsight, obviously.
I think the mayor and the mayor and I talked about this. The committee put together an advisory committee, and I agreed with him early on because of his life of experience in certain aspects of that position that he holds as mayor. So he assembled what he thought was a very diverse, competent group of individuals who had law enforcement background, judicial background. But I asked him again yesterday in the council meeting. You heard me. I said, "Man, did they get confused? Did they misunderstand your direction? That they did not have a binding agreement that you was going to accept any person that they presented to you, or Mayor, did they feel that they had the authority that their selection was going to be the selection? Because they had no binding agreement, there was no authority in the responsibility of selecting and submitting to the council who would be the next chief of police was the responsibility of the mayor. He said there was no confusion. He thought there was no ambiguity in his presentation to them on what their job or their task was to be. And so a lot of people got confused in thinking that the committee recommendations was the prevailing issue when it was not. And then the other thing about that situation, and I think the mayor understands that he made a mistake in doing that. In that the responses hindered around a conspiracy of some type that the mayor was in cahoots with somebody to navigate another selection.
You don't believe that at all?
I don't believe the mayor participated in that. I don't know what occurred, but I'm just saying it. And I mentioned it before that it was suspicious to me that out of Raymond's 10-month tenure as interim chief, that he would have been overlooked as a found three. That's when I knew that it appeared to be something wrong. But I don't know if the mayor participated in that or not. It didn't appear that he did. But everything that was done legal. And that's what I tried to point out, is that the mayor had a right to appoint a committee. Jerry Bowman, when the mayor was out of town, he had a responsibility, if he wanted to do what he thought was in the best interest of the city of Shreveport. The mayor had a right to choose who he chose. He submitted that choice. So the process was right. There was nothing done that was illegal or out of order. And this council on yesterday afternoon confirmed the mayor's selection. So regardless of what chatter and what disagreement that occurred in that chamber, nothing was done illegal. But I will say it revealed to me and to you as well that the racial division or the racial climate in Shreveport is not healthy. So now our objective is, if we choose to accept it, is to forge race relations, make Shreveport a better city by working together to make Shreveport a city for all.
Absolutely. Councilman Willie Bradford, thanks for your time, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Good talking to you.